Okay, big video today. The reaver is still in the works. Did a lot of printing yesterday. 24 hours worth of printing. 24 hours. So hopefully comes relatively soon. But I didn't want to leave y'all without a full video. So I thought perfect time to do a showcase. Space Marine Army. If I sound a little raspy, I do have a cut on my tongue, so do keep that in mind. But let's get into it. So out here in front of you, I have got kind of a portion of the army. You can't see the whole thing. I posted a short where you can actually see the full army. And I would just like to go through and point out some of my memories, like fun things, and honestly just like show off my army. Because this is the first army, this is the army that got me into Warhammer. So it has a special place in my heart. And I know not everyone likes the Ultramarines, but I think they're kind of cool. So I think I'm going to pick out the first model I've ever built. I'm looking for him right now. This was the first model I've ever built. And as you notice, he's one of the only models, or some of the only models, that is actually fully based. With the sand and all of that. Kind of cool. So I had never actually painted a miniature before I got into Warhammer. So this was totally new to me, and you can kind of see it in some of my starting men, you know, just unpainted, they don't look that good, I will admit. And then I got into kit bashing, things that just don't exist. This is the second Bob of Battle. Bob of Battle is, there's a funny story behind the name. I just thought it sounded funny. My friends thought it sounded funny. So, this giant assault marine his name is Bob of Battle. That's kind of one of the first squads I ever made. I never actually made the Necrons in the starting set because I wanted to build the Space Marines, and I was so happy to build them. So that's my first squad. Second squad, a little better. I actually painted the smoke pretty good. The head still looks atrocious, but a little better. I actually based these incorrectly because the box that I ordered them in did not come with the correct stands. I honestly, so as you can see right here, giant base for an intercessor, but since I'm playing with friends, homebrew, it's not really a problem. If I ever had to rebase them, it wouldn't be that hard. Now, this squad and this squad right here, this is the starter squad, I believe, that came in the starter set. This I bought. This was my second box ever. I have it somewhere in this room. But they also came with these guys, which were a pain to put that back flying base on. Pain. But they're so cool. So, really like those. They also came with the snipers, which arguably is one of my favorite paint jobs. It's not that good, at least on that one. Not that good, but I really liked it. It was simple, easy to do. I do not like the red head, but at least I can tell, who's a sergeant. So, that was my first box. My second box of Assault Intercessors, I actually went into the store. They're right here, by the way. I'll show them off as I talk. But my second box, I'd went into the store to buy normal intercessors because I love normal intercessors. They're the coolest things to me. I don't really like assault intercessors. I just like my normal intercessors. But they didn't have normal intercessors. And so the store, like the person who was running the store actually asked me what I was looking for, like if he could help me. And I kind of panicked and I was like, I want assault intercessors, and just bought assault intercessors on the spot. I didn't really want them, but it is what it is. And at the end of the day, it was still really fun to build them. Like these, really cool. I don't know if these are the exact starter ones. I just know this first one is the starter one. So then I think I bought the command squad next, actually. Oh, this was a real downgrade on the helmets. They looked really bad. But out of all the white helmets in the command squad, I think that even though this guy is in a white helmet, this has been one of my favorite gold paint jobs. The gold, I don't know if the camera will actually give it justice, but the gold on there is by far better than anything I have done besides my Blade Guard captains. I believe that's what they're called. But besides them. So that was really cool. I was really happy with that paint scheme, and I still am really happy with it, and it's still one of my favorite. I thought they were full-sized, so I didn't know about 30K when I started. So I bought these guys, and I was like, oh, wow, Primaris, these guys are really cheap. I figured out why. Still, they're so fun to mess with, play around with, because they're so simple. And I love this bolter design. But yeah, so I bought some 30K Marines. I believe that's what they were called. I think they were listed under the actual 40K. I'm still really confused about that part. It's fine though. So then I believe I started looking at Chaos, but I wanted converted Chaos. I liked the randomness of Chaos, and I liked their weapons, but I didn't like Chaos. And since they're friendly games with friends, I had no problem buying Chaos and just completely making sure that they have no correlation to the lore, such as our second Bob of Battle. I really just wanted a guy holding a scythe backwards with a hand, because that just looked sick. I don't remember how much I converted on this man, but I know I did a good amount of conversion. Same with this guy. The whole thought behind him was he would just spin in circles, and since he had two scythes, no one could fight him. Really cool idea to me at the time. These are the only other Chaos units that I have. These were actually really fun to paint, and I actually started getting good at white helmets. Or at least decently better. Then I finally bit the bullet, actually bought some assault intercessors. And these helmets, I love these helmets. I personally think these are my favorite. I wish I could go back and do some highlighting. The camera's not really focusing on them. But I wish I could go back and do some highlights on them, really bring out the model. But I figured out what dry brushing was. So you can see that the whole squad painted up as veterans, and I loved it. Then I just had, battery's getting a little low, but I had random Marines left over. I don't know, I had a couple Marines left over, so I painted them green to match my Tyranid army. And I did the dry brushing again. I really loved the dry brushing. So that covers those. Then Christmas came around, and I bought the big set. Forget what was all in it. I know it had a land speeder, but that got broken. Rest in peace. But I love heavy intercessors. I loved them more than my actual intercessors, because they're basically big chunky intercessors. And I had a 3D printer at the time, so I printed some really cool breachers. Not fully painted. I have a couple green ones. I have a couple. These are what I call my extra paint breachers. I don't like wasting paint, so I always keep a few unpainted 3D printed models on hand. And if I have extra paint, I will just throw paint at them. I don't care how they'll look. It will just be fun, and I can try out new like painting schemes, all that, and just get better at painting. So I love that. I actually have some Terminators too. I wish I painted them blue. They would look so good as blue Terminators. There's one of those ones I was talking about. I have some real Terminators from the box set that recently came out. Leviathan, I believe? Yes, Leviathan. That brings me to my next point. A Dreadnought. I originally didn't like Dreadnoughts, but after getting the Leviathan Leviathan set, they're not that bad. They're pretty cool. This is a 3D print. It weighs a heck ton. More than it should. It is a complete, utter fail. Due to that part there in the back. Because I didn't set the I think it's cure duration long enough, so it actually cut perfectly in the middle. I thought I saved it pretty well, making a Tyranid hand, like kind of like cut through it. I thought it was a pretty cool save. Still looks a little wonky, but not that bad. I have a Rhino with a random box on top of it. I didn't have any vehicles when I started playing Warhammer, so I painted an ATST. I think ATST? I don't know, but I painted it like an ultramarine colors. I thought that was cool. Here are my blade guard. I actually broke one of these setting up for this video. Made me so sad because it was my favorite, one of my favorite ones. I broke the top off, but I love the gold painting on the shields. That's my second favorite gold one. This is my favorite gold one. Because gold is really hard for me to paint. I'm very hit or miss with gold, as you can see. I have a funny story about these next. Really hit or miss with gold paint, but when I hit, it seems so cool. I thought Age of Sigmar would be cool to convert to Space Marines. Because I was at the point in my Warhammer, like, I guess, not career, but hobby, where I thought everything would look cool as a Ultramarine. Utterly terrible idea. So I have 3 of these. One is a Ultramarine, one is a, what are the red guys called? Angels of Death? No. I can't think of the name right now. But it looks like that. But Age of Sigmar model. Blood Angels. That's what they were called. I have a Blood Angels one, and then I have an unpainted one. Tiberius the Red Wake. Thought he was a cool model. Oops. Didn't break anything. Cool model to print. Now I have some of my more like custom models. This is one of my favorite models. That zombie is from a completely different game, but I spent so long, and this guy's so fragile, I refuse to play with him in any games, but I love this character. I have one more Chaos model. It doesn't look bad, but, well, it doesn't look terrible, but I use him every now and then for Warlord, and I think that might be it. Let me double check, look through. We've got a couple more of the Leviathan models. I have all of the Leviathan models printed out. I mean, not printed, built. But except for the flamethrower Marines, I still have them in the box. I don't know why I didn't build them. I just didn't get around to it, and they're currently in my pile of shame, which is currently pretty bad right now. It's up to 4 boxes. Whoa, 4 boxes. So I should probably make a video tackling that. I love the what are these guys called again? Apothecary model. I just realized I didn't. So, on topic of Leviathan, these guys came out, and I love heavy bolters. Heavy bolters are the coolest thing. So I actually went and found one online, and they're pretty similar. But I was able to get the heavy bolter a couple weeks before I actually got my Leviathan set. Really happy with it. I love heavy bolters. As you can see, love this guy. He actually got broke. He got broken into 5 pieces, and I had to glue all the pieces back together, and it worked. He is with us today. I was devastated when he broke. But yeah, I think that is it for the video. At least the showcase. I think I've shown. Oh, one more model. More like a diorama model, but this is another. It's supposed to be a belt-fed heavy bolter, which cool idea. Belt broke, sadly, but that is it for the showcase. I will say though that this was really fun. And I do have one more army that I can showcase. I have a Tyranid army. It's a little bigger or smaller than this. I'm not really sure. But it's gonna be so cool. I'm really hyped to show those off. As for the Reaver Titan, because I know some people really wanted to see the Reaver Titan come out, and I know I said I was gonna get it done this week, but I didn't know that I was going to go out of town last week, and so unfortunately I was not able to finish the Reaver Titan. But like I said at the beginning of the video, I have been running my printer basically nonstop, and I actually paused it just so I could make this video right now, because I wasn't able to, I was kind of stuck, because I was like, what am I going to put out Thursday for my video? Because I didn't have the Reaver Titan done. And I was I was really upset about it. But, I figured I might as well show off the first army that I ever made. Just to everyone. Thought it might be pretty cool. And, kind of talk about, where I'm at with the Reaver. So I've got the skeletons of the legs finished. I've got that kind of finished up. And, what's it called? We have got, another big holdup. I use a flathead screwdriver that came with my 3D printer to, remove supports from the model, and I have lost that. So after this video, when I clean everything up, I will be looking for that. But I suspect that video to actually be out pretty soon. I'm not going to give a date, because past couple times I've given a date, I've totally missed it. Because I didn't think it was going to take me a month to make the Reaver. But really happy with it. I actually dropped a post kind of updating about it. I'm not going to spoil that, but that's going pretty well. I have a game, I think I'll be playing later today, where I'll actually get to use the Warhound Titans against my Tyranid army. I'll be playing the Tyranids, so y'all wish me luck, because it's probably going to be the Kriegsmen versus my measly Tyranid army and 3 Warhounds. But I'm really excited for it, and it's honestly going to be a great day, and I hope everyone has a good day, because I'm really hyped. I might do a video in the future of the actual scrap built board. I don't know if anyone would want to see that, but if I use the board today, I'll for sure be putting a video out about it, even though it's not fully painted, which I'd love to show it fully painted, but it's probably a couple months out from being fully painted, as it's massive and I can't actually sit down to play. I have to walk around the board. It's so big, in fact, that I have to store it. Not all of it actually fits in this room. That's the crazy part. But enough of my yapping. I hope everyone has a great day, and that I will catch y'all later for another post and some Warhammer.